Hey guys, welcome back. So today I thought we would go through 5 of what I think are the best alternatives for a Chanel classic flap. You guys know I love Chanel, obviously. If you didn't know, you can look behind me and kind of get a gist. I love Chanel and I do love a classic flap. I own 2 of them, this beige clear one and the black one right behind her. And I love it, but it's very expensive, man. It's very expensive, especially if you buy them in store. I did buy my 2 pre-loved, and I definitely would never buy one in store, no matter how much I love the bag. It's just, she's too expensive. She's too expensive, man. So I figured I would give you 5 options that I feel like still give off Chanel classic flap vibes, but not Chanel classic flap dollars. You know, I feel like you guys are gonna like these picks. I feel like you are. So if you want to know which bags I think are comparable but less expensive to a Chanel classic flap, then please just keep on watching. But wait, you already know what I'm gonna say. If you're not already subscribed, explain yourself. I post on Wednesdays and on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I feel like you're gonna wanna be here when I do. If you like luxury, you like handbags, fashion, Chanel, things similar to Chanel, I think this is where you're gonna wanna be. So definitely subscribe if you're not already, and definitely follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I post every single day over there. It's just a Katie Danger. I am so active, lots of reels, lots of outfit of the days. If you're ever wondering what I'm wearing in any of my videos, it's always linked over there, so definitely follow me if you're not already. And with all that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So the first bag I don't think will come as a surprise to anybody. I mean, I don't think, because this is probably, in my opinion, the bag that is the most similar to a classic flap, and that's just going to be the Dior Caro bag. This bag is pretty much the exact same thing as a classic flap. Caro has the CD logo instead of a CC logo, big difference there, and it doesn't obviously have a double flap that the classic flap has. It doesn't have all the shenanigans that are going on inside of a classic flap. So other than the double flap, you know, you have this other pocket in here, you've got like your lipstick pocket back here, you've got all that. It doesn't have all that. It does feature a turn lock similar to that of a classic flap. It is a very similar shape. It does also come in the Dior Canage pattern, which I think is freaking stunning. I also like the fact that you have that chain as your handle, but you also have a leather brake in it, which the Chanel classic flap does not. And of course, it's a fraction of the price, and it's available to purchase online, which for me is a huge deal. For sure, this is the bag that I'm going to mention today that is the most similar to a classic flap. So if you really want a classic flap, but you're not into the classic flap price, as none of us are, let's be honest, I think this is definitely the way to go. The next bag is one that I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with, and that is going to be the Gucci Marmont bag. I had this bag, and if you guys didn't see the bags I sold and why, I'll link it right up here, both parts, because there's 2 parts. I did have this bag, and it does give off really similar vibes to the Chanel classic flap. The only thing with the Gucci Marmont is that I feel like it's a little bit more on the trendy side versus something like a classic flap or even the Dior Caro. You have your little GG logo, very similar to the Chanel classic flap, of course, with the CC logo, but it's GG. You get what I'm saying? You have the chain strap, you have a flap, which is kind of important if we're talking about a classic flap here, but you don't have that double flap annoying situation to get into the bag. You also don't have a turn lock with this bag. It's just like a, you know, like a, what do you call that, like a button, it clasps, it's like a button. It's easy to get in and out of regardless of whether or not it has a turn lock, and it does give off similar vibes. A lot less expensive than even the Dior Caro bag, so probably one of the cheaper options that we're going to talk about today. It comes in tons and tons of colors, and really it gives off the same vibe as, I mean, how many times am I going to say that? This is what I do in every video, okay? I just repeat the same thing over and over again, but I'm going to repeat that more times today during this video, so it gives off the same vibes. Another bag that might not automatically jump out to you, by Louis Vuitton. I think the twist bag gives me the feels. I didn't say vibes this time. It gives me the feels of a classic flap. I don't personally have one of these bags, but I think it is so freaking cool the way that you have that turn lock. It's like a special turn lock, so it's like how am I gonna show you? It's like 2 V's, but like, all right, so it's like 2 V's, right? But then one of the V's turns and makes like an L and a V. So when you want to open it, you turn the L one to make 2 V's and then it opens. It is so freaking cool. Since it's not like it's not signature to any time period. Like, it's not like it was super hyped up at any point. Like, it's just a twist bag. They've been making the twist bag for so long. So I feel like it's one that is timeless. Whenever you get it, like, it's not gonna be like, oh, that's so out of date. Like, it's not, it's a twist bag. Also comes in so many colors, so many sizes, and I believe that it's a little bit more on the expensive side for Louis Vuitton. But again, we're comparing this to Chanel classic flap prices. It's nowhere near it. So I definitely think that this is a good option. It does have a break in the chain, which again, just gives you the availability or the ability, what? It gives you the ability to kind of have a little bit more of a comfortable situation going on there. And this one you can wear crossbody. I actually didn't even mention the other two. I believe that the Caro you can wear crossbody, and I know for a fact that the Marmont you can wear crossbody. I think the smaller size, probably what is that, the PM size, is probably the best. They also have a version that comes with a top handle, by the way, which in my opinion, I love a top handle. I love a top handle, and that for me is something that is a game changer. So if you're into a top handle, the next choice is, I feel like I couldn't do this video. I couldn't do this video without talking about Saint Laurent. Like, let's be honest. Saint Laurent and Chanel have very similar, I'm gonna say it again, vibes. They give off very similar aesthetics in my opinion. So I feel like I couldn't like do this entire video and not talk about Saint Laurent, okay? So the bag that I'm gonna talk about today is actually going to be the Lulu Puffer. Not the Lulu, not the regular Lulu, but the Lulu Puffer. Personally, this is my favorite Saint Laurent bag besides the I Care Maxi. You guys know how I feel about the damn I Care Maxi. I love that freaking bag, but that has nothing to do with the classic flap. The Lulu Puffer, I feel like, is more similar to a classic flap than the regular Lulu, and that is because of this shape. The Lulu Puffer is more rectangular, whereas the regular Lulu, I feel, is a little bit more on the square side. The shape is not exactly, it doesn't really compare that much, in my opinion, to a classic flap. I prefer the Puffer. It is obviously more puffy of a style than the Chanel classic flap is gonna be. It's a little bit less structured, but it still has that beautiful quilting. You still have that flap, but this flap obviously comes to a point. It's kind of like a V-shaped flap instead of, you know, just like a this way kind of flap, horizontal. You do also have a chain strap along with that, and it's again very easy to get in and out of. It has like a magnetic button closure. Again, I clearly I don't know what this is called. Snap closure. Is that called snap closure? That's the kind of closure that it has. And I honestly think this is a great value for money bag. It is like fractions and fractions and fractions of the cost of a Chanel classic flap, but still it gives off that timeless vibe. The Saint Laurent logo is timeless. Pretty much every bag that Saint Laurent makes is timeless because they all just kind of have that logo that is just, it's not going anywhere. They even changed their name but still kept the logo. Because of that, I don't think that this is ever gonna go out of style. Maybe if like the puffy bag trend goes out of style, then I guess at that point it would. But in my opinion, that bag is just gorgeous no matter what. And for my last pick, this is probably the bag that is least similar to the classic flap, and that's gonna be the Celine Triumph. You guys know I talk about this bag all the time. I think this bag is freaking stunning. I love it so much. And I think in all black with that nice gold logo on the front, I don't know what that is. The difference between obviously this one and a classic flap is going to be the size, although they do make different sizes in this bag. And it does not have a chain handle, although they did recently come out with a version that does have a chain strap rather than the leather strap that it usually comes with. I personally like it better with the leather strap than the chain strap, but the option is there. So if you're really going for like a classic flap type of look, you have the option of the chain. And I just think that this bag is freaking stunning. Again, much cheaper than a classic flap. I mean, honestly, almost any bag that I could talk about besides like a Birkin or a Kelly is gonna, or Constance, is gonna be cheaper than a classic flap. And not even, because in some places, a Birkin and a Kelly and a Constance are cheaper than a classic flap, okay? Not here, not in the United States, I don't think, but I think in Europe it is. But I think this bag is absolutely stunning. It's stunning, it looks so classy, and I have to fight myself on a daily basis not to freaking buy this bag, okay? I love it so much. If you guys missed my fall essential bags video, I'll link it right up here, but I did mention this. I freaking love it. Did I mention this? Yes, I did. So yeah, those are my 5 alternatives to a Chanel classic flap. What do you guys think about my picks? Do you have any bags that you feel like are very similar? I feel like there's definitely a bunch more that I could have mentioned, but these are the top 5 that came to my mind. So if you have any other options, definitely leave them in the comments. So in case anybody's looking for a classic flap, there are just like oodles of options out there. Let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think that the classic flap is worth the price it is today? I personally don't think it is, but again, it's all personal, so let me know what you guys think. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post every single day over there. But that's all I have to say, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hold on, because my video just went live, so I have to post it on my Instagram. Please hold. Share video. Copy link.